Is a letter of intent binding and enforceable? Well, what is a letter of intent? A letter of intent is simply a letter. So it's just a document prepared by one party writing something out. And it is explaining their intentions or their intent regarding a deal that is being contemplated by the parties. So usually parties are in negotiations and one side says, hey, send me a letter of intent. What are you interested in doing? I want to see it in writing. And that letter of intent lays out, we would like to buy your company, for example, and here are the terms and here are the conditions and here's what we're looking for. So the question today is a letter of intent binding and enforceable? In other words, is it a contract? Usually the answer is no, it's not, because it's just a letter, but there's a risk that it could be construed as an offer. In other words, a court may look at it later and say, you may have said that was a letter of intent, but it's actually written to be an offer. And when the other side said, we accept your offer, you might be bound to it like a contract. So a best practice when writing a letter of intent is to state right in the letter that this is not binding or enforceable. This is a document of discussions that the attorneys or parties are having, but that no agreement is final until the parties have signed a written contract. One other approach I often see to letters of intent is a portion of the letter of intent is not binding and enforceable, and another portion is. For example, you might have a confidentiality provision that is fully enforceable. The parties agree to keep the terms of their discussions confidential and any data or documents exchanged as they consider a transaction highly confidential. That confidentiality provision can be an enforceable contract, while the remainder of the letter of intent may be part of the non-binding and not enforceable part of the letter. So a letter of intent can be not binding, fully binding, or have a combination. It really depends on how that letter of intent is crafted. If you had any questions that didn't get answered, feel free to put your questions in the comments section below. I'd be happy to answer them. If you like videos like this where you can learn about business law and avoid some of the common problems that business owners face as they're growing a company, and if you would like exclusive online educational content for founders and business owners, you can get that at aaronhall.com/free. It includes a checklist of common problems faced by new businesses. It includes videos going in depth into some of those problems so that you are empowered to set up your company for success.